Hello and welcome back to 31 Days of Samhain. I don't know about you, but by this point, I need a drink. So today, I'm going to share with you 3 of my favorite fall cocktail recipes. And I think, unless you're just not a drinker, which, that's cool too. This might not be your video, but I have 3 different cocktails that I'm going to share with you today. And I think there might be a little something for everybody. So let's get going, okay? I do not claim to be a trained mixologist. My experience with liquor usually is on the receiving end and not the pouring end. So just know that, okay? So the first drink we're going to start with is a bourbon apple cider cocktail. Really simple, and I'm going to get all my ingredients out right now. So what you're going to need for this: bourbon, apple cider, lemon juice, and ginger ale. And if you know anything about me, you know that Werner's is really the only ginger ale that's an option. But if you don't have Werner's, you can use a Canada Dry or Schweppes. Even use a ginger beer if you want a little bit more punch to it. But being a Michigan girl, this will cure what ails you. So, Werner's. I do need to get my lemon juice out, though. I thought I had everything prepped, but I don't. So, 1 second. Okay, so to start with, we're going to take our shaker. Now, this is one you could probably just mix in the glass. But, I got a shaker and got some ice. It's always fun to do it that way, right? So, we're going to fill a shaker up about 1/2 to 2/3 with ice. And I'm going to find my lid. And I'm going to measure in 3 ounces of the cider. Oops. 2 ounces of my bourbon of choice. Some people like a Kentucky bourbon. Some people like a Tennessee bourbon. I think my Kentucky people, which I know one of you at least, is going to be like, Kentucky bourbon or nothing, right? And I get you. 2 ounces of bourbon. I get you. I get it. There we go. There's our bourbon. 1/2 teaspoon of lemon juice. I am not going to get my teaspoons out. We're just going to go boop, boop. That's good. And then we're going to shake this. We are not going to put the ginger ale in it before we shake it. That's a mistake nobody wants to make. So you shake it until your hands are so cold you can't hold the shaker any longer. And then you strain it into your rocks glass with ice. Actually, I'm just going to pour it because I have plenty of ice in here. And leave yourself a little room at the top to add your Werner's ginger pop. And then garnish with a cinnamon stick and an apple slice. And there you go. Cheers, dears. Oh, that's good. That's good. Now, this is kind of an upgraded version of a drink that I've been making since I moved to the South, which I call a North and South. North, Werner's from Michigan, and South, bourbon. And that's usually my go-to, like, fall and winter drink. But then you add a little bit of punch with the cider and the embellishments, and you're good. It's really good. All right, let's move on to our next one. I don't know who's going to drink all these. Okay, I'm going to dump this because I got to use the shaker again. Hold on. Now the next one, I keep saying, well, if you really knew me, you would know this about me. But this is the whole point of this. You're going to get to know me. I am kind of known as a bit of a vodka girl. So vodka is usually my liquor of choice. It's like my safe choice. So I would be remiss if I did not make some kind of martini, fall martini. So today's fall martini is an apple cider martini, obviously, because everything is apple cider based. It has vodka, cider, cranberry juice, and then a little bit an apple slice or a cinnamon stick for garnish. Now, all that said about being a martini girl, I'm not really a martini girl. I'm a vodka tonic girl for the most part. But I don't have any martini glasses anymore. I didn't get those in the divorce. I didn't take them. I didn't think about it because I don't really drink a lot of martinis. But when I moved into this house, I did inherit, I found these in a cabinet. They're not really martini glasses. They're more champagne coupes. They're very pretty. They're like cut crystal. Oh, so we're going to use this instead. So again, to your shaker, add ice. Then add 2 ounces of vodka. Here's a little life pro life tip, whatever that is. Put your liquor in decanters, and it looks fancier, and you can buy the cheaper liquor. Now, I don't buy like the bottom shelf cheap liquor, but you know, I don't have a budget. I don't have a Grey Goose budget anymore, so we go somewhere middle of the road. That's my tip for you. My bourbon, I buy good bourbon because there's a difference. Whatever, you know what I mean. Buy the good shit and put it in the crystal. It doesn't matter, right? Okay, 3 ounces of cider. And 1/2 ounce of cranberry juice. I get 100% cranberry juice. I do not get like cranberry cocktail juice. But 1/2 of that. And again. Now, if I had a real martini glass, what I would also do is put some crushed ice in the glass. I could do it with this one, but I'm not going to. But here's another pro tip for you, even though I'm not a professional mixologist, but I'm a professional drinker, is to chill your martini glasses because the colder your martini, be it gin or vodka, the better it is. So shake the crud out of it and chill your glasses. You can put them in the freezer, but I usually just fill them with like crushed ice, and then right before I pour the martini, dump the crushed ice and pour the martini into the cold glass. Credit where credit's due. I learned that from my ex-husband. He's a good mixologist. But you didn't want to drink a Steve drink if you had to do anything because he mixes real strong. All right. Again, shake it. Shake what your sister gave you. My sister gave me to shake it. See? Okay. Sometimes my jokes are just for me. Oh, that's cold. Okay. And then we're going to, pour that in. You know what else would be really pretty on this? This would make a really good winter holiday drink as well. Load a couple sugared cranberries or just cranberries in there. And we're going to use a little cinnamon stick as our garnish. And that is yummy. Let's see. Oh, well, with the cinnamon in there. Oh, yeah, I could drink a lot of those. Yeah. Ooh. Another good idea. Suggestion. Possibility. If you have some like caramel syrup, then drizzle some caramel syrup inside your martini glass before you pour this in there. And then you have a caramel apple martini. Yeah. Thank me later. You're welcome. Okay. Sadly, I have to dump what's in here because I drink all three of these. Well, I don't have anywhere to be real early in the morning, so that's a good thing. And I don't have anywhere. I rarely make videos in the evening, but there was no way I was making this one during the day and day drinking. Okay, I can't get my lid off. There we go. Okay. That's such a shame. I think this is going to go into a different glass and just wait for later because I might dump the other two out, but I think I'm going to drink this one. Okay. Now, the final one is a margarita. And this one wasn't on my list initially, but then I went to my friend's wedding in Illinois last 2 weeks ago, whenever that was. At the wedding, now, this is a friend who is a member of a group of friends, as friends typically are. But one of our traditions as a group of girlfriends is to go out for a Mexican restaurant at a particular Mexican restaurant in the town where we all hung out that made the best margaritas. So many a margarita was drunk. Well, many a pitcher of margarita was drunk with these particular friends. So for her wedding, she and her new husband, so excited to say that, they each had a signature his and hers cocktail for the bartender to make. There was other drinks, of course. But in honor of us, the drunk girls, hers was a margarita. But because this was a fall wedding, she did a little bit of a twist on it, and it was an apple cider margarita. Now, I am not going to make mine the way that the bartender there was making them. They were delicious. But I found in my research another recipe that I just had to try. I have made them since coming home the way that her bartender made them, and they're delicious. And it's basically tequila, triple sec or Cointreau, apple cider, and a splash of cranberry. I think that was it. Yeah, maybe there was some lemon or lime in there, but that was it. Yeah, those were delicious. That's what I was going to share with you. But then I found this one. And this one is a maple syrup apple cider margarita. And being practically Canadian, I am going to share a little maple syrup love with you. And just like I'm picky about my ginger ale, you got to get 100% real maple syrup. None of this pancake syrup with corn syrup in it. Make sure it's the real deal. Okay, so what you're going to do, you're going to take your glass. You're going to pour a little bit of maple syrup on a plate. Swirl it around. Take your glass, dip the rim in the maple syrup. Then take another plate with your salt and dip that in the salt. Okay, so now you have sweet syrup and your salt rim. Set that aside for now. Again, take your shaker, put your ice in there. Ice. And what are we starting with? We're starting with 2 ounces of tequila. Get a good one. Again, I kind of go middle of the road with some Jose Cuervo. I'm not going to get the rot gut, but I'm not going to get the fancy. When it's just me drinking alone with the cat, because that's my life. Okay, 2 ounces of that. 2 ounces of cider. One ounce of Cointreau or triple sec. And a half ounce of lime juice. Okay, I'm going to squeeze a lime in here. I have a citrus squeezer somewhere, but this should do the job. I don't know if it's getting picked up on my microphone, but Cass is very discombobulated that I'm in here with the lights and the camera and talking at this time of night because I'm usually on the couch. And I saw that there's a new season of Bake Off available on Netflix, and that's where I would be if I weren't doing this. But Paul Hollywood's just going to have to wait. Okay, lime juice. You could use bottled lime, but I happen to have lime, so why not use the good shit? Okay, and then a half ounce of your syrup. Okay. I'm afraid that syrup's going to make the cap stick. Pour over ice. And there you go. A autumnal margarita. Oh, that's really good. Like I said, there's no way I can drink all 3 of these. I'm going to have to choose one. Oh, and garnish. This one, decided to garnish the little rosemary sprig. The rosemary would also be really good in the martini. Oh, that's pretty. All right. Well, thanks again for joining me for another day of 31 Days of Samhain. And I hope you're enjoying it. I've been having fun. Having more fun now that I have a margarita to drink. Thank God I ate rice for dinner and I had a big dinner. A little cushion in there. Anyway, thanks again for being with me. If this is your first video, welcome. Cheers, dear. And if you've been with me, thank you and welcome back. And let's see where we're going to go tomorrow. I don't know, but I'm off on a little adventure tomorrow afternoon for the weekend. So I think there's going to be a filming opportunity during this coming weekend that'll bring you a little bit more of what makes this part of Alabama special. So I don't know what day that will go up. It'll all depend on what I get filmed and, processed. But sometime next week or the week after, probably next week, I will have a video for you about a very special event that's happening this weekend, this Saturday, here in the Black Belt of Alabama, and hopefully get to introduce you to some interesting people and show you some beautiful artwork. and things. But that's the only teaser I'm going to leave you with, I think. Yeah. So come back. And this was fun. I guess I'm going to be up for a while because I got drinks to drink. I just got something. It's not even Werner's bubbles. Usually, that's why we love Werner's in Michigan, because when you drink Werner's, it goes up your nose and it makes you cough. Although other Werner's drinkers, let me know. Is Werner's changed since we were a kid? If you grew up drinking it every time you had a tummy ache? Because in my world, in my mind, I feel like it's different. I don't feel like it's as bubbly. It still will go up your nose when you like pour it over ice and like it's a fresh can that you've just opened and it's got a lot of bubbles in it, but it just doesn't seem to keep its bubbles and be quite as bubbly. I don't know. I'm rambling about ginger ale. But anyway, okay. I'm just trying to make this as difficult as possible for me to edit later. Okay. Bye.